Good afternoon, everyone. Rob Orson with the Emerging Revolutionary War with my good friend Daz, who also likes Rev War, but he's more a Civil War guy.
Oh, don't mention the war.
But he's been a great tour guide for us over here. Last time I was on the camera, you were watching us. You were in Boston.
Yeah, we don't like talking about that sore subject.
We got on the plane. We came to London. Daz has been showing us around London. My great wife is actually working the camera, so she's learning the skills of ERW here. But we're in the Tower of London because I just want to mention one of the Revolutionary War stories that takes place here. There's a lot of different stories that take place in London, obviously. But if Jamie can scan to the right, some of these buildings back here were here during the Revolution. And in one of these buildings is kept Henry Lawrence. Now, for those who don't know who Henry Lawrence is, he's a South Carolinian. He was negotiating a peace treaty with the Dutch. And on his way back from the States, he was captured by the British, brought here in the Tower of London, and held here until December of 1781, when he's actually transferred for Lord Cornwallis, who was captured at Yorktown. Again, sorry. But it's interesting because he's the only American held here in the Tower of London. So it's just an interesting, fascinating story. Behind the camera, if you want to spin around, you can see, well, actually, I'll let Daz give this part of the tour.
Okay, so this is the White Tower. This is the oldest part of the Tower of London, commissioned and built by William the Conqueror, or as we know him as William the Bastard. That's his title. Comes over, conquers England and says, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to stamp my authority on you guys, and you're going to do as you're told. And this is part of that. So that's the oldest. Other monarchs come here and they build the place up and add their own pieces. I'd like you to turn around just a little bit because another little bit of cool history. Just over here is the King's House, and I'm a big fan of the Guy Fawkes story and the Gunpowder Plot of 1605, and that is where Guy Fawkes is held and he is forced to sign the confession. Well, he did actually get caught, but you know, he's not the main conspirator. There's others. There's a big story, and if you want to find out, go to American Civil War and UK History and watch one of my podcasts on the Gunpowder Plot of 1605. It's a very, very interesting story.
So I think it's always better to hear British history from a British historian. He's not going to call himself a historian, but he is. But we just thought it'd be great to come to you live. We were just in Boston. Now we're in London. Actually, because of my acts in Boston, this man has tried to throw me in the tower here. So far, so good. No chopping in the block.
Well, to be honest, I think you're actually a nice guy, and what we've decided is different dreams.
Now we're going to quote Gettysburg. Wrong war.
Sorry.
Wrong war, Dad.
Sorry.
So, thanks for watching. We'll be back later on with another video talking about how Lexington and Concord plays into the story a little bit later. Thanks for watching.